Hello and welcome to We Tell You. I am Taylor.
I'm Joe.
And as per I said last week, it is going to be a very serious subject.
Very dark show.
Maybe,
dark.
I don't know. Maybe dark and not even for a joking way. So,
Wait, before you start.
you have something funny to say?
Yeah, that's really funny.
Uh-oh.
When you said, do we have enough time left on this camera? And you said to look or whatever, I swear I was going to be like, it just doesn't work.
Millennial.
Doesn't work that way yet. It doesn't work that way. Our eyes aren't there yet. That'd be cool though. Like you have like the Google Glass or whatever. You just go like shh and zoom in on life.
What happened to that? That went away.
Yeah, I thought it was like really cool for like a nerd thing, but like I thought it was just like awesome because I was like it'd be great if you had like Google Glasses and like you were trying to build something and it had the instructions for trying to build it like right there.
Yeah,
and you can like visualize it the next step and things like that. It'd be so cool.
You watch the videos during the day. Watch our video. You can be at the bank or what have you, doing your home loan, huh? Watching a video.
You can zoom in
on
zoom in on
our video and hear it. Yeah. All right. Enough of the funnies. Let's talk serious. So, as you can tell, I am brown
pregnant
or Hispanic.
Yeah,
maybe both. That's a stereotype.
If you're Hispanic, probably both.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
A lot of thumbs down on
Yeah.
that one. It's
Yeah.
okay. I'm from an Italian family.
Yeah, so Joe's
I get
Italian, but Joe's Italian, but he's white. It's just
I know. I look more white because I really hate the hot weather. I really hate going out in the sun.
So recently, because I don't. One thing I hate is politics. I hate politics. Joe's a politics guy, and he'll be talking about that soon on future Joe Tells You and Let Me Rant and so forth. But one thing I've noticed, and I'm not sure if it's just me or is it just no. Okay, I'll admit that I'm confused whether it's me or what I've seen on TV, what I've heard on the radio, what I've heard from the people. But
is Trump making you nervous? Is that what he's doing?
In kind of sort of, but not so much me, not Trump per se, but
No, you're one of the good Mexicans.
Come
on, people. Come on.
Get the likes up.
No,
but what is or has, in your opinion, have you seen racism?
Excited racism?
Racism.
Enthusiastic racism?
Racism being more prevalent now. Like it's more accepted. It's okay to be more racist to people now because of current day situations.
On a side note, when you know that taco place that you hate that you don't want to go to anymore that we shouldn't name or not name on here?
Yes.
When after Trump got elected, we went there for tacos after because it was the only place open. And I don't know if it was the election, but she looked very sad that night. She looked very upset. Like she was like working at the taco place and she was just like it looked like she was like so depressed. And it was like I kind of walked in there with a little swagger, like yeah, you see the news? See what happened in there? No, here's the thing. I don't care at all. I just think it's really, really funny that Trump got elected. I think it's like one of the funniest thing that's ever happened. Like if you talk to anyone that I talk to, like I am so all about the chaos and the problems that are going on right now.
It's okay. Yes, it is fun. It's fun to watch I watch Last Week Tonight. I watch the Daily Show. You know, I like to see.
No, they haven't been fun. They've been like really depressing. Like,
really?
During after the election, like when the SNL, that one girl, she did the piano, like the somber,
yeah.
It's like, come on, like it's so like this.
Well, yeah. That aside, I noticed more. I'm not sure if I never did notice before, or I've been out places. And I've seen that just like people have been more out with their statements. I was on the phone with a doctor.
The
other day and helping him out for a computer issue. He was talking to a patient where he was complaining to one of our on-site support people about not paying attention, her being Hispanic or Spanish, he called her. And telling her that if it was a taco truck, if there was a taco truck outside, she'd be more attentive or something like that. So
he's a white doctor.
White doctor. So
white. there's a lot of white doctors, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of like Asian doctors, a lot of Indian doctors, right?
Yeah.
This isn't racist, this is observation, right?
Okay.
Do you think they're in on the joke? Do you think
what joke would that be?
The joke about the taco truck? Do you think like when the white doctor says, "Well, I'm sure she'd be more attentive if there was a taco truck"? Do you think like the Asian doctor, the Indian doctor, like, what do you? I don't understand. Is she hungry? Like,
I don't. I guess they would. It would. See, I guess it would be. It would go. It would default. It would then go to the. Where's that doctor on the totem pole of being popular between the people there, and how high is he in the hospital where he is? You know, a doctor may be like, oh yeah, that's funny, huh? Because he doesn't want to, look bad or bad mouth or be embarrassed by this guy or have the guy look down upon him or not being part of the joke. It all factors in there. So, but it was in front of a patient though. It was horrible because unprofessional, and you're just kind of showing that you're an asshole. That's all really.
Are you seeing more of this stuff online, or you're seeing?
No, I was at a Fry's, and I was at a Fry's electronics store. No, sorry, not Fry's, Micro Center. I was at Micro Center buying my computer before we started the show, and getting everything put together so I can start video editing. And there was a family in front of me, a white family, mother, father, 3 sons, and he was talking loudly and talking about the son gave us a product, a CD, something. It was a program, and then the father made a comment about I hope this one's in English. Everything's not in English anymore. And English, it wasn't so much, okay, I understand that, I hope it's in English, but he kept at it. He kept nitpicking at that fact. He kept kept making that same joke where I'm trying to say something negative about non-English speaking people, but I'm not going to actually say it. But I'm going to sit and make jokes about that certain subject and not speaking English. Now, I ended up being helped next to him. The checker in front of him, excuse me, the person checking him out was a Hispanic girl with a Hispanic girl. Person in front of me was a Hispanic gentleman, and again they said something. The father said something super racist about not speaking English, and I looked up at him, and I looked up at him slowly, like in the movies, and the cashier looked at me because she knew that he said something stupid. It's stupid, but it's inappropriate, and she knew that I heard it. I knew she heard it, but we weren't gonna acknowledge it. We weren't gonna say anything to him. It wasn't my place to say anything to him. I can be offended. I can be upset that he said it. She can be upset she said it, but she worked there. She can't say anything. Now this may be labeling me as there's a term maybe like snowflake. Yeah, I'm too sensitive. I'm too sensitive about things. I can't handle people want to say the truth. I can't handle people talking about my race.
But that's true. You are sensitive.
I am a sensitive boy. I'm a beautiful sensitive boy.
Yes.
But no, I don't. It's not so much that I am sensitive. I hate that. I hate saying. I hate it that it's become for some reason more accepted, more okay to be racist. More to show your. Not so much this racist seems more offensive than saying like racist sounds like hate, where if you say racially prejudiced against somebody, or
well, they've ruined the words. The snowflakes out there have ruined the words, not you.
Thank you.
So they've ruined it because when someone's actually being racist and someone's actually doing something that is racist, they've called everyone racist for everything. Like you were talking about the guy on the show. Yeah, they're talking about he did a woman's joke about things being quiet, and they call him a racist. Yeah, I've heard this argument before, and I was in a speech writing or speech speaking class at a OCC, right, in college, and he had said there was a Hitler effect, and I forget exactly what it's called, but it said like how many points on the internet can you get into a debate without someone referencing politics or someone being compared to Hitler. There was like a countdown. Like basically like over time, the length of extremes of when someone would reference Hitler got shorter and shorter. So before it was like in 7 posts within a thread, and then it became like shorter, like within 5 posts and like 3 posts. It was like an actual phenomenon.
Like in a forum, right?
In a forum, in a post, right? In postings, right? So what they were saying is that people were coming to more extreme conclusions right away. And they're worried about the watering down of the Hitler effect, where you're watering down the atrocities and comparisons so much by saying everyone's Hitler that you're making the effect less. And that's not just Hitler. It's with everything else. It's with racism and everything like that. It's kind of sexist, racist, homophobe, these things like that, right?
Yeah.
They're doing it with everything now. So it's making you not listen when you need to listen. And then when like you're at the store, and you're saying that guy's a racist, like, yeah, whatever. You would say that, of course, snowflake, but it's real though. It's like would be a real incident, right?
Yeah.
So they're making everything so extreme. Like we should bring it up. Joe tells you the Hitler fallacy or that. Like this is what we talk about because comparing everyone like this all the time, no one's listening anymore. So when you're harping on these things over and over again, just like with the election, and they're saying Donald Trump's a sexist, this, that, whatever. Yeah. You call everyone. They called Mitt Romney a sexist. Like, remember he had the notebook of women or whatever. Like, like they do it with every single person on the Republican side or whatever. And then like with the Republicans, they say the Democrats are terrorist supporters, right? Yeah. They do it so much it muddies the message and it waters it down. So when Donald Trump comes around, he actually says like crazy stuff about women that you don't listen as much anymore. You don't listen because you're like, well, man.
It's a cry wolf thing.
Yeah, it's like you're saying it too much that no one's listening anymore, and it's a huge problem. It's a big problem online everywhere else. So do you ever notice like what they're doing is they're becoming even more extreme? Where like anyone who says anything, like Milo Yiannopoulos, like oh he's a Nazi, punch a Nazi. Well, no, he's not Nazi, but by saying that, you're diluting and watering down what Nazis were. You're diluting what they did and how violent they were and how awful they were. Yeah. And that's the problem with this thing is you keep doing this over and over again. No one listens to you. But it is like you're making a greater point of like this is a person's time to shine who's like Donald Trump. Because people act like the president. The president reflects society, right? Yeah. So when like Obama was in office, everyone was like, well, I don't care about gays or this or that, whatever, right? I mean, in 4 years earlier when Bush was in office, everyone's like, no, they shouldn't get married. They shouldn't do this. They shouldn't do that, right? Yeah. But the president kind of dictates the tone or the terms for the rest of the country, right? And like I listened to like a Joe Rogan podcast and he brings it up like Donald Trump is kind of like the president for assholes. And he is. He kind of is the president for like when you say jerky things and are a jerk and open your mouth and rag on everybody, it kind of gives the regular people that were hiding in the shadows the whole time when Obama was in power is that it's our time to say stuff and be outspoken and say crap like that.
We're not gonna say anything because the president's okay with it, and and I'm not calling the president racist, and I'm saying that for some reason it's been now accepted.
You're saying for like the conservative people out there that call you snowflakes, stop pretending it's not a factor. Stop pretending it's not real. It doesn't exist. Yeah, of course it exists to a certain extent.
But now it's time to be like, okay, well, I've seen it. It's kind of, everybody's out. It's okay to be. Years ago it was okay to come out as gay and be accepted and everything was fine. Now it's accepted to be racist, and you can come out and show your racism and say that's just who I am. That's who I am. I'm racist. That's how I grew up. That's just who I am. I was born that way. Whatever you want to say, I don't know. But it just I feel that recently it's been out more. I'm not sure if it's because we're here in Orange County and
it's always been bad in Orange County.
Well, yeah, but we're right down. Well, I didn't work in Costa Mesa.
Remember the Orange Wall?
Yes.
Between here and LA.
Yes. And they did have some incidents here in Orange County with the white supremacists come out, and that happened right near my job. The park near my job is where all that went down with the KKK members coming out and somebody getting stabbed with the American flag, the tip of it.
It is kind of funny because like I never like go out for these things or hear about this stuff, and I hear about it after, and I go, KKK, huh? They're still around. Yeah, that's something.
who knew? Apparently, they have. I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about KK. I'm not gonna give them any praise or anything. That's not what I'm doing. But I don't know. I just don't understand. I just feel I understand, but it sucks that it's more prevalent now.
Rhetoric hurts, and when there was rhetoric on the campaign about sending over Mexicans and rapists and things like that, people remember those things and they get mad at those things. And rhetoric is the point of rhetoric is to spread and tug on a message that someone's already kind of feeling, right? If someone already feels like they don't like people coming over here, don't like people taking their jobs, don't like those type of people anyway, if someone says something that's kind of like true but not true, or an exaggeration, or like an aggressive tactic to like make you discriminate against a certain group, it's gonna basically wake the person up, and they're gonna go, that's me, I'm that guy, I'm the one who doesn't like those people, or I'm the guy hurt by those people, or this or that or whatever. But that's the big problem with this stuff is like I don't know why it's coming out now more, probably because the Trump situation.
Is it just me, or do you see it too?
No, I mean,
have you seen it? Or
I guarantee you, like, no one would admit to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I I haven't seen it personally in examples that you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Because I've heard. Because remember, I'm in the club. I look like I'm white, and I'm not white. I'm a mix of Italian and some mutt races and some Indian stuff and some crap like that. And I look more like an Italian. But I mean, if you talk to me, like, I'm in the club, like, hey, Joe, you get it. Like, these guys are terrible, aren't they? And I go, oh, yeah, totally. Screw these guys. I'm just kidding. I don't even care. But it's like when they put me in the club, I don't really say, you know what, stop talking like that and this or that, whatever, because I'm guilty too, right? Because I don't really, like, I don't even think about it because I've never been a victim of it, ever. I've never been a victim of, like, no one ever said, Joe, because you're this race, you can't do this. I've never, so I don't, it's like, it doesn't register with me. It's like, so I can't pretend that I empathize or I understand or whatever. I can only try to understand, and I can only try to get what you're saying and try to get how it happens. But I probably don't see it because it hasn't hurt me, it hasn't happened to me. But when I started dating my girlfriend years ago, I started to hear little hints of it, right? Where she was like, well, in school I got picked on, because of my race or school. I go, huh, that's weird. That never happened to me. And then, like, I would hear, like, stories about, oh, well, like, my friend and I was out with my friend, we were in New York or whatever, right? Yeah. And he said, oh, well, it's cool because when I go out with you to New York and stuff like that, I never get messed with. And I go, huh, I don't know what you're talking about. I never get messed with. like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing is, instead of like, because Taylor's asking a question, and most people are attacking, like, white people and stuff like that and saying, like, they're this, that, whatever. The goal's not to attack them and things like that because I'm not white. I just was, they talked to me like I was. So I really didn't get it. I didn't understand like I was bigger or taller or this or that or whatever. So I didn't understand when I wasn't getting messed with. It wasn't something that I was doing or not doing. I just didn't understand that, oh, it might be because of the way I look or things like that. Now I get it. Now I understand it. And when I hear my friends talk about it, but when you're growing up, like I was growing up, everyone in my neighborhood is Mexican, everyone my friends is Mexican, and everyone of, like, I knew at my school was, like, Korean or this or that, whatever, right? So, like, you don't even think about it. And then when you get older, you hear, like, oh, I was picked on, or I was this, that, whatever. And then you go, really? That happened to you? I didn't
you don't see it.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it going on. But that's the problem is a lot of, like, white people, what they'll do is they'll say, oh, well, I don't see racism, or I don't do it. And I get it. It's because you've probably never been a victim of it, or you've probably never been discriminated against like that. And I get it when people would snicker or say things like, you say something to like Mexican. Remember, Mexican. I'm in Southern California. That's all I deal with all day long. I don't deal with anyone else I don't live in another part of the country. There's a lot of Mexicans here. So all my friends and stuff like that, that's majority of what I run into. People you first meet in high school, you date, you live in your neighborhood. Sorry, they're like 50%. I mean, that's all you know, right?
Yeah.
So then when you run into, like, people like that, you hear, like, Snickers or Gringo or this, that, whatever. It's not nearly as bad as what probably like you've been through, or people that I know have been through, or people saying, like, they would say, like, to Asian people, oh, you have these, like, slant eyes and stuff like that, whatever. That's really mean. It's really mean, right? And, like, the color of people's skin, stuff like that. It's really mean. But when you don't have it happen to you, you don't get it. But I haven't witnessed it like you've seen it, but I can totally see it. You know
yeah,
what I
you
mean?
have no, you have no
I could
base
totally
of
see
you have
it.
no base of comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I get it though. I could see it. Like when you say,
Yeah.
"Is it out more now?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably."
Yeah.
Like I could totally get it. I don't believe it's not, and I don't believe it isn't. Like, yeah, it makes sense. It probably the dicks come out.
Yeah, for some reason, I with that doctor story, I've never heard anybody so blatantly say something, especially someone at such a pristine profession speaking to a patient. And granted, they were down in, Irvine, Mission Viejo, so they were in that area.
My biggest problem with people like that is they always say those things in the safety of their own areas with their own people and stuff like that. And it works both ways because like I hear like liberal friends always talking about, oh, well, you can't discriminate against those people, stuff like that. I go, really? Do you live there? Because I live there and I go to those places all the time and all my customers, everyone I frequent are all Hispanic and whatever else. So like I have to deal with them all the time. Why are you hiding from them if you want to help them so much? You're hiding from them in Irvine in the safety of your own home, or like with racists, same thing. Mm-hmm. Like they're just like saying it safety never. You wouldn't say that at a rally. You wouldn't say that in the middle of downtown LA. You wouldn't say that in Santa Ana because you'd be afraid of saying that. So that just makes you a coward. That makes you just like, as much as you're talking about everyone else being a snowflake or a wuss or whatever, or a cuck. Mm-hmm. Right? That's what you are when you're saying those things and you're hiding in the middle of all your people that would agree with you. Mm-hmm. You're the exact same. You're like that. So sorry if that offends you, but you're a cuck. I mean, that's true. Like you are
a cuck. I can't name our show that. I can't name the episode that.
Yeah.
You
can name it that.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to bring you guys down. That was something on my mind. I just wanted to bring it up for the show, and I thought, just ask just your opinion.
Do you think stereotypes are racist? Because some of them are so funny. They're so funny.
Okay, it'd be hypocritical. It'd be hypocritical of me to say yes, they were funny.
Like my friends always say, like I'm Italian, so I'm like greasy and dirty, and perverted and disgusting, whatever. I mean, they're all true. Every single one of them. I mean, there's not one that is missed.
And again, it sucks because I could say, yeah, it's context, but then
yeah, it's true. It's true.
Everything's context. It's just there's no way to say it's okay to make fun of so and so in this certain area, this certain time, place, and scenario. It's okay. It just you can't do that.
Did you experience it at all growing up? Like, did anyone say racist things to you, or pick on you, or make you feel bad because you're different?
Teachers talk to me in certain ways.
Teachers,
yeah,
that's a good one.
Teachers talk to me in certain ways. What did they say? They spoke to me in different ways. They
like slower. Like, do you understand?
No, they would talk. Well, they talk to me. They try to speak. They would try to throw out in Spanish words to me.
Oh.
And they like, oh yeah, in my whatever. I'm like, I don't speak Spanish. I don't know what you're talking about. And why do you keep talking to me that way? Or they would, they would try to relate to me and ask me about certain things, and it'd be me targeted for all the Mexican Hispanic jokes, and not just jokes, but statements, questions, comments. Like I'd be the go-to person for Hispanic, for Mexican or Hispanic or anything. Have I or my parents come here? Or
that's really funny because if you know him, like totally like one of the whitest guys like I've ever known in my entire life. Like skater, like everything.
Here I'm going to punk shows and I'm like, oh yeah, man, yeah, superhero. Yeah, I don't. That's not me. I am not. I don't speak Spanish. I grew up in Norwalk, Long Beach, Orange County, Lucio Viejo, Rancho Cucamonga.
I hate all those places.
Every place that workaholics, all that area. That was there.
And me, this guy right here, White Joe. It's been all about Anaheim my entire life.
No.
Born in Anaheim, raised in Cyprus, moved back to Anaheim at the Anaheim house.
Yeah.
And then I missed it so much because I was living for a couple of years pretending I was something I wasn't in Huntington Beach.
Black.
And now I'm back home where I belong.
Jokes, right?
Back home where I belong.
No.
Right here.
But no, I guess, yeah. We've all. I'm not gonna say that I have not made a joke to a friend of a different race just for fun. Yeah, I have. That's just me. But again, it's hard to say in context. This is the time, place, scenario that I said it, and this is why I said it.
I've experienced racism.
I told you that 5 minutes ago. You're greasy. Yeah, I said context.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
We have a box of tissues to wipe off the face.
Yes.
But I went to Chicken Zankow one time, and then the lady asked me what part of Lebanon I was from. And I had to let her know that I was Italian and not Lebanese. And that was
get out of here.
And she was very upset with me. So I had to let her know that.
Is that really racist? So she just didn't. Or is she blind?
I don't know. I look like a Lebanese, Jewish, Italian. I don't know what. I have a lot of things going on.
That is quite a mixture. And I am tired of wearing this jacket because I wore a green shirt, like I said. But on that note, I will end this sad, depressing conversation. Thank you for watching.
Solving so many problems on these podcasts.
Yes, we are real
shows.
We are healers. All right, I burped. I mean, it tastes like a hot dog when I burped.
I've been burping this mic.
But we eat hot dogs. That's just weird. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, thank you for. Hopefully, you stayed with us through the whole show. Sorry if you if you got defended or what have you, if thinking of a snowflake, whatever. That's just in my opinion. Get your own damn show. Tell us about it, how you feel.
Or if you're offended that I had gone through such horrible things at the chicken restaurant, let me know. Please. I can empathize with you in your situation.
Console and Joe in the comments. And also, please don't forget to like, subscribe.
Is there one point in your life where you can say that? Like, I honestly, at that moment, I wanted to be Lebanese. Did that phrase ever come out of anyone's mouth?
I don't know.
Because I did. Right there.
You probably would have got better service because they would have thought you were of their group.
No, I said I'm Sicilian, land of the dirt people.
On that note, we'll say good day, good night, and see you next week. See you later.